Alright, what is going on, everyone? Today we're just gonna basically be reacting to Angela Simmons catching Yo Gotti cheating on her with his ex-girlfriend or something like that. And not only that, he's also expecting, or allegedly expecting, a baby with his ex-girlfriend after finally being with Angela Simmons. But you know me, I don't talk too much. Let's just dive into the video, see what it's talking about.
Angela Simmons is finally sick and tired of Yo Gotti playing in her face because she just dumped him. And I'm not gonna lie, we've seen this for a long time now because there have been rumors of Gotti cheating on her for forever. But it looks like Gotti might have taken it beyond just cheating, because word in the streets is that he got his side chick pregnant and now they're expecting a baby. Now, given the fact that Gotti spent years chasing after Angela, you'd think that he would be able to keep it in his pants and not sling that thing around town, right? But no, he's out here finding out the hard way that Angela is not the one or the two to stand for his shenanigans. And not only did she dump him, but she is about to make everything insanely messy as a revenge plot. Allegedly. So y'all know things are about to get quite chaotic. Let's break it down. Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this, but Gotti didn't start cheating on Angela like today. No, in fact, the rumors first started going around in 2023. Gossip of the city spilled the tea saying either Gotti and Angela broke up or she's getting cheated on because he was with his nurse boo in Vegas last week at the Aria Hotel. Now, they tried to play it cool like there was no foul play involved, claiming that they were on a break when everything went down, so technically he wasn't cheating, right? But let's be honest, that excuse fell apart fast. Most people weren't buying it, and for good reason. But what's making this whole situation even messier is the gossip that's been going around lately. Some folks are saying that this nurse he's all booed up with now might be the same woman he was messing with back when he was publicly pursuing Angela. So now the picture looks a lot shadier. Like, while he was out here making it seem like Angela was his one and only, it's possible he never even let the other lady go. Now, from the outside, it looked like he was moved on and cut off whatever situation he had going on before Angela came along, but now it's starting to seem like that might have just been for show. So he was just pretty much juggling both of them behind the scenes the whole time, and the timeline everybody thought they understood is looking real sus now. But wait, there's more drama where that came from, because word in the streets is that Gotti and his nurse boo are expecting a baby because he got her pregnant and she's keeping it. As expected, Angela did not take this well and she crashed out on him big time. According to an insider, she allegedly went a little cray-cray on Gotti when she found out and trashed his place. She thought they had something solid and even forgave him after he cheated on her with his ex. They did the whole thing where they talked it out and he promised that he was a changed man. Angela ended up taking her man back, and the next thing we knew, they were celebrating her birthday and he went all out for her. According to reports, Yo Gotti splashed out nearly $500,000 on over-the-top Hermes accessories for his girlfriend of almost 2 years. Among the luxurious gifts was a crocodile Himalaya Kelly Birkin bag worth nearly $300,000 and a matching diamond Himalayan watch worth about $100,000, said the insider. She was absolutely stunned when she opened the gifts. Added the source, Gotti loves to go all out for Angela on her birthday. He's very thoughtful when it comes to gift giving and wanted to get her presents that were both unique and hard to source. Y'all, these dudes want to spend all this money and do everything but be faithful. Now, he did all that only to end up cheating on her again, over and over, and now he's having a baby on her? Y'all, if this is all the way true, it's crazy. But what makes it even worse is that he spent years chasing after Angela because he was convinced that she was the one for him. In case it slipped your mind, back in 2015, Yo Gotti shot his shot loud and clear with Angela Simmons in his song, It Goes Down in the DMs. It goes down, it goes down in the DMs, it goes down. He didn't hold back at all, and he straight up said, and I just follow Angela Simmons. Boy, I got a crush on Angela Simmons. They like, dang, Gotti, you bold. F it, I'm gonna let the world know. Y'all, he was not being subtle, and he put his feelings out there for everybody to hear, basically letting the whole world know he had his eye on her. That line ended up being one of the most talked about parts of the song and sparked a ton of buzz about whether Angela would respond or if something might actually come from it. Gotti was bold with the message and clear, and honestly, a lot of people were low-key hoping Angela would respond. Fans were rooting for it, like thinking maybe they'd link up and see where things could go. But Angela hit him with the silent treatment. She completely ignored him at first, no response, no repost, nothing. And that made folks start speculating, like thinking maybe they were keeping things private and just laying low to avoid public attention. But eventually, Angela shut all that down. She came forward and made it clear that while she was flattered by the jester, they were not a couple. So all that public crushing, yeah, it wasn't mutual at the time. Definitely not back then. But fans weren't buying it, especially once it became clear that Angela and Yo Gotti had actually been talking one-on-one behind the scenes. Things really started heating up when she invited him to the launch party for her brand Foofy. This wasn't just some casual invite either. Gotti showed up, cameras were flashing, and they were photographed together looking real comfortable. Naturally, that only fueled the fire, and social media went into a frenzy with people convinced that there had to be something going on. I mean, after all the bold lyrics and public crush confessions and all this cozy appearance at her event, fans were reading between the lines and assuming that two had taken things off the timeline and into real life. But once again, Angela stepped in to shut the speculation down. She didn't let it drag at all. She addressed it head on and made it clear that just because Gotti showed up to support her brand didn't mean they were an item. According to her, it was nothing more than a respectful gesture and a sign of support. No secret romance, no low-key dating, just two people with mutual respect. Still, for a lot of fans, her explanation didn't quite stick, especially with all the chemistry folks swore they saw in them photos. But Gotti ended up confirming a lot of what Angela said. In interviews, he admitted that even though he was sending her flowers and gifts and really trying to put in the effort, she just wasn't into him. She was polite about it, but romantically, it just wasn't happening. And fans actually felt bad for him at first, thinking he was out here pouring his heart out only to get curbed.
Together?
Yeah, he came to my event.
We saw he gave you some flowers.
Yeah, they were really nice.
So y'all not together then?
No.
He shot his shot though.
He's a nice guy, and I'm flattered by everything, but we're not.
Yeah,
He said he was
shout out
really
to
in your DMs, though. Did he really?
I didn't see because I don't really check my DMs
You
because
don't
I get a
follow
bunch
him.
of them. But I didn't see.
Yeah, when you get a bunch of them, I'm sure.
I just didn't see it.
So y'all gonna notice in your DMs, Angela.
Angela, let's see your DMs right now. Can we take a look?
I don't have my phone.
Great asset.
But then the plot thickened. Turns out that Gotti wasn't exactly single and available as he made it seem. Word got out that he had a woman in the background the entire time. In fact, during an interview, he casually revealed that he gave one of his baby mamas $100,000 for Valentine's Day. He didn't outright say that they were romantically involved, but come on now, who's dropping $100,000 on somebody that they're not messing with no more? I mean, he could have said it was for the kids, but for Valentine's Day, well, that's when the sympathy started to dry up and the tables turned. Fans started putting two and two together and speculated that this could have been the reason why Angela never took him seriously. If she knew he had something going on with his baby moms, even if it wasn't official, it would make total sense why she kept her distance. And honestly, the explanation felt a whole lot more believable than her just not being interested in him and not willing to give him a shot. But apparently that wasn't the case, because out of the nowhere, Angela hit us with a little plot twist. She suddenly announced that she was engaged, and the internet was shook. Like, nobody even had a clue she was even seriously dating anybody, let alone getting ready to walk down the aisle. She kept the whole relationship airtight and under the radar. And just when folks were still trying to wrap their heads around the engagement news, she hit us with the double whammy. She was also pregnant with her first child. Like, whoo, back-to-back bombshells. And the timeline was gagging. Now listen, I know Gotti had to be somewhere crying in a booth and with his phone on Do Not Disturb and probably crying to a playlist called Heartbreak Hits. After all that effort, public admiration, and shooting his shot for years, she popped out with a whole fiance and a baby. Yeah, that had to sting. He probably saw that post and instantly regretted being so loud about how he felt about her. He was clearly upset about the engagement and the baby, and he addressed it in this song, Save It For Me, where he said, "Passed my number to Angela, I thought I had her. Her man cuffed her, married her, and made me madder. I respect it, I'm moving on, but the truth is I wanna bad her. My baby mama was pissed I ain't heard the last from her." Now Gotti getting his feelings all over again about Angela moving on while openly admitting that he was still dealing with his baby mama. Y'all, these dudes is bold out here. Like, sir, you were out here dropping $100,000 on Valentine's gifts, but mad that she didn't wait around for you? Make it make sense. Angela ain't trying to be no sister wife. But honestly, he probably didn't stress too much about it, because once Angela's engagement went public, fans wasted no time doing what they do best, and they did a lot of digging. And y'all, the tea they uncovered was something else about her fiance. Yeah, let's just say his past was far from squeaky clean, and he had a lengthy rap sheet that included serious charges, everything from related offenses to domestic violence. It was a major red flag, and people were genuinely concerned. The news made headlines, and social media lit up with warnings and questions about how someone like Angela, with her background and image, ended up with a man like that. But Angela stood 10 toes down for him. She didn't backtrack or make excuses. She publicly defended her man, saying that he made mistakes in the past, but he has since changed and turned his life around. So there were also plenty of whispers and receipts suggesting that Angela's fiance was out here cheating on her too. But even then, she stuck beside him. She defended him left and right, brushing off the accusations and trying to keep things together. But eventually, the cracks started showing, and in 2017, she officially announced that they had called it quits. Naturally, this had folks thinking, okay, this is it. Gotti's time has finally come. After all those years of public thirsting and consistent effort, surely Angela would at least consider giving him a shot now that she was single, maybe even at least a rebound. But no, Angela said thanks, but no thanks. She still wasn't checking for him. But instead, she was linked to a few other men, including NBA star Sergio Ibaka. But that situation came and went so fast you probably missed it if you blinked. It didn't amount to much, and once again people thought, okay, this time's it, Gotti's turn, and then still no. In 2020, she popped out dating boxer Daniel Jacobs, and by then it was getting painfully obvious that Angela's type was literally everybody but Gotti. And at that point, the whole thing was starting to feel like a long-running romantic comedy where the underdog just keeps getting curved. It's something about Angie. But Gotti had been publicly crushing on her for over 5 years, and that's longer than it takes to get a whole college degree for some. But fans were wondering when he was finally going to hang it up and move on, because the chase was getting exhausting for everybody. And it looked like Gotti had got the message loud and clear, and he finally started dating somebody else, a woman named Yaya Sandoval. It looked like his obsession with Angela was over and done, and Yaya confirmed this on her Instagram when she made a New Year's post on Instagram with Gotti. A nosy follower said, "I thought he had a crush on Angela." And Yaya clapped back saying, "Not no mo." But Yaya spoke a little bit too soon, because Gotti ended up flipping the script and dumping her just 2 weeks into the new year. Interestingly though, Angela had also split up from Daniel Jacobs around the same time, and it finally happened. After 7 whole years, she decided to give Gotti a real shot, and fans were hyped, thinking the long chase had finally paid off and we were about to witness a fairy tale ending. And honestly, at first it did look like everything was falling into place. The two were all over social media, going on multiple vacations, posting adorable couple photos, and even ringing in the New Year's of 2023 together, like the ultimate we made it moment. The vibe was cute, the outfits were coordinated, and for a second there, it seemed like the stars had finally aligned for Angela and Yo Gotti. And Angela even revealed that she was open to the idea of marriage, saying, I love him. I'm happy. I'm in a great relationship, so yeah, I'm happy. I'm cool. I learned in life just to go with the pace of where you at. I just don't think anything. You don't have to rush anything. Just when things are meant to happen, they happen. She also referred to him as her inspiration when she said, "I just feel like he's the one of my biggest inspirations. We just get each other. He's a hustler. I love watching him. He inspires me to do better, be better. And I'm really happy with him. I think he's a great person. I know." But the next thing we knew, the first of the many cheating scandals happened. And not long after Angela took him back the first time, he was linked to Young Dolph's passing. The accusations tying Yo Gotti to Young Dolph's murder really sent shockwaves through the hip-hop world. As the trial played out, some serious claims came to light that had everybody talking. Things got especially wild when Cornelius Smith, one of the suspects, took the stand and dropped a major bombshell. He claimed that Gotti's brother, known in the streets as Juke, was deeply involved in the whole thing. According to Smith, Juke had allegedly put a $100,000 hit out on Dolph, basically setting the whole thing in motion. The idea idea that Gotti's brother might have been behind the scenes took this way beyond a typical rap beef. The streets were buzzing and fans were shocked, and the whole situation started to look way messier than anybody thought. And the wildest part in all this is that Cornelius Smith testified that he and his accomplice were supposed to get $40,000 each for each hit, but they ended up getting just $800. At the time, Yo Gotti found himself under serious scrutiny, even though he wasn't directly accused of anything. His connection to his brother Juke put him in the spotlight in a big way. The trial had people looking at Gotti differently, wondering how much he actually knew about what went down. And there was a lot of talk online with fans speculating that Gotti might have had some knowledge of the hit before it happened. And if that was true, it would have made things even worse, because knowing in advance could have easily made him look like an accomplice, even if he never touched anything himself. All these criminal ties have raised some serious concerns about the safety of those close to Yo Gotti, especially Angela. And fans have been on edge, worried that she could get swept into something dangerous. The idea that Gotti might be linked to such a violent crime that people second-guessing everything about their relationship. At this point, fans was telling Angela to put her safety and her child's safety first. They're practically begging her to run before things get any messier. The fear is that she could become collateral damage in Gotti's complicated and dangerous situation. With the growing concern that Young Dolph's team might seek some kind of retaliation, people are scared that Angela could end up caught in the crossfire. But still, that wasn't enough for her to leave. She stuck beside him through one cheating scandal and also put herself and her child in danger, only to get cheated on again with his ex. And now he's starting a whole family with her, not Angela, even after he spent 7 years chasing her. Y'all, it's not hard to see why she would be crashing out over this, but do y'all believe that Angela is really going to leave, or do you think she's going to stick by her man? Drop your thoughts and comments below and then check out this next video.
But yeah man, that is crazy, but that is the end of the video. Let me know what y'all thought about this whole situation. But that's crazy, man. 7 years. I mean, the guy was writing songs about her for like a very long time, and it seems like she just said, hey, after being with all these guys and it's just not working, I'm just gonna go with the guy who really just wants me, right? Who's been chasing me down, you know what I mean? Because I know a lot of people say go for the people that want you. If you chase somebody that don't want you, it's not gonna work. I'm not sure if that's what she was doing still, but I guess she finally decided to just give Yo Gotti a chance. I mean, he's been singing about her, rapping about her, I don't know, man, but in general, this whole situation is just crazy, man. But I guess the guy finally got a taste of her and said, 7 years for this, bro? This ain't all that, man. I'm going back to my ex. You know what I mean? I mean, he's been chasing it down for 7 years and he finally got a taste of it. And he just said, 7 years for this, man? This ain't even all that, bro. Why was I even doing this for 7+ years, bro? And she chose everybody but me. If you really look at it, like, Yo Gotti might be like the last option, bro. You know what I mean? After all these relationships wasn't working out for her, she just bunny hopped and said, I'm gonna go with Yo Gotti. I'm gonna give Yo Gotti a chance. You know what I mean? But I don't know, man. That's just my opinion still. But about the whole Young Dolph situation as well. Do y'all think Yo Gotti had something to do with Young Dolph's death? Let me know, man, because it's a pretty crazy situation in general. But who knows, man? He's not in prison. He's not facing any time for it or any consequences. So you never really know, you know what I mean? But let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think he had something to do with Young Dolph's passing? Let me know, man. But overall, I'm just gonna end the video here. Don't have too much to say on this whole situation. Just let me know what y'all think. Without further ado, peace out.